So I think we can just wait maybe for the next 5 minutes, and then we kickstart. Yep, okay, that's fine. So we can take our coffee, you have a drink beside you, and just because it's going to be an intense session and a productive session as well.
Yeah, I had my coffee earlier, so.
And so just this morning, I just realized there's supposed to be a gubernatorial election in Nigeria.
Oh, yes. So some might still be on their polling units.
Yeah, so it's like, oh no. But for those in Nigeria, I think we're together with you people, and we hope that we have the right set of leaders. I'm sorry for taking you away from your polling unit. But I think this is important. Whatever you're going to get here, you're the future leaders, or some of you might be the governors of those states tomorrow, and or ministers, as the case may be, and even as the president. No one can tell about what will happen in the near future. So we just want to wait a bit for the next, we have 4 more minutes to give other people the opportunity to join, so that once we start, any other person that joins along the line can be able to follow from where he meets us. So I think we're pretty having some good numbers, and already I think we had a good statistic of almost about 98 people that are registered for the mentorship section, so which is good. I think I will show us the statistic, and will also be able to give us the possible advice with regards to what we're already seeing and the trend we're seeing from the statistic, and how to actually improve your chances of winning. So I will show us the statistics along the line as well. So you have the opportunity, go and take your coffee, go and take your whatever you want to take, and you're good.
And I think, I believe some people may be having a bit of challenges with their network, so
yeah,
which is normal. But
so let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sure, we can see it.
Okay. So I think we can start now. Any other person that joins us will meet us along the line. So good evening, good afternoon, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for joining us for the mentorship session. And it was something we thought about, and we felt we could make a difference. We could help 1 or 2 people to improve their chances in order to get interviewed to the interview stage, and after which as well, we will still, for those that will be shortlisted for the interview, we'll still mentor you on how to go through the entire interview process, and we hope that all of you, or a good majority of you, will get the funding at the end of the day. That's our prayers for you guys. So as the host, my name is Joshua, and we have speakers. We have Hanley Bingari in the UK. We have Lukman Olushola. In the next slides, I'll present a bit about every one of us that will be taking the different session. So what we're going to do, basically, I will take the 20 minutes, next 20 minutes to introduce what's about to happen, generally introduce the speakers to us, and then I will have a breakout room session for about 45 minutes. We'll have 3 PhD groups where Handy, Shola, and Lukman will be taking each of the sessions for the different group. As well, we'll be having live review sessions. So I remembered, for those that joined the WhatsApp group, I asked for 4 proposals from the PhD candidates and the master student. So initially our plan was just to do this mentorship session for the PhD. But then we realized from the registration, we had almost about 46 master students as well registered. So which we had to just come up with a contingent plan where myself, I wouldn't be taking any of the PhD session. I will work with the master student alongside Myra when once she joins us to the session. So a little about myself. I have a bachelor's degree in geology from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. I did my master's in petroleum geoscience in Center of Excellence in Geosciences and Petroleum Engineering, Benin. Then I did my PhD in geophysics in University de Grenoble here in France. And then currently I'm holding a postdoctoral research position with CNRS University de Strasbourg, which I'll spend a couple of the next 1 year plus to work on projects. So basically my research areas in geothermal energy, borehole geophysics, petrophysics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So some of the awards I've gotten over time, I think from Nigeria, it's awards from Total Energy, Shell, E&P undergraduate scholarships. At the master's level, I've gotten AGIP any postgraduate scholarship, and then the PTDF postgraduate scholarship as well. And then for my PhD, I've gotten the PTDF grant. I've gotten the Nigerian federal government bilateral grant and the PhD stipendium Hungaricum in Hungary as well. And then within my PhD, I've earned the second position within the SCG Eurasia for the paper competition. And then my workflow that I developed during my PhD was part of the final finalists, where I competed actually with 5 other professors for the winning position within the SCG global community. So these are little things about myself. And the next our speakers, Hanley has a bachelor's degree as well from ABU Zaria. We met in Zaria. And then he did a master's in petroleum geology in ABU Zaria, and then did another master's in environmental geology in University of Portsmouth in UK. And then his PhD in environmental geosciences, same in University of Portsmouth. So his research area is around hydrocarbon contamination, specialty more in spectroscopy. Awards, Hanley won both two international funding of PTDF, both at the master's level and at the PhD level. Now, the second person is Olushola Menua, current doctoral student with Arts and Métiers Institute of Technology in Metz in France. His bachelor's degree in mining engineering in FUTA, a master's degree in metallurgical and materials engineering, UNILAC, and then currently a doctoral researcher at Métiers Institute of Technology, Metz, France. And he's been a senior lecturer at the Department of Mineral and Petroleum Resources Engineering, Federal Polytechnic Ado Ekiti in Nigeria. and he's a member of the COREN, COMED, NSC, NMGS, and NMS. So some of the awards he won both around in 2008, 2009, the Graduate Teaching Assistantship Award, the ADAX Postgraduate Petroleum Scholarship, and then the institutional-based research grants from TED Fund, and also the current PTDF PhD Overseas Scholarship. And then the last but not the least is Lukman Ismaila, current doctoral student at École Ingénieur de l'Université d'Angers, France. He has his BSc in computer science in Nile University, and also did a master's degree in computer science in same Nile University of Nigeria, after which he did another master's in computer science in AUST, African University of Science and Technology. Currently, he's a doctoral researcher in machine learning and at the Laris Laboratory, University of Angers, France. And he has several years of experience both as a university lecturer and a software developer. So Lukman is a natural problem solver and maintains excellent multidisciplinary and collaborative experience. So some of the awards he has won last year as DataSphere Initiative Fellowship, he has won the PTDF, definitely the PhD PTDF scholarship, then the African Development Bank scholarship with AUST, then at BSc and the secondary school level, both the first select group merit award. And I think we needed to highlight all this so that you could see that we are actually at the right place to advise you better to succeed based on the experiences and based on our track record over the years. And these are some of the things that PTDF will judge you with, because they will have to look at the track record of success over the years to be able to, and there are marks assigned to this, both at the review stage for them to shortlist you for the interview, and both during the interview, they will assign marks to some of these awards that you have won. So I will take us briefly, just a general overview before we get to the breakout rooms, and then we kickstart the session generally. For some of the assessments you'll be looking at with Hanley, Lukman, and Shola, it's looking at what PTDF look at within your proposal as they reach to shortlist you first for the interview. It's the topic appropriate within the context of the funding. It's very important for you to capture and do a research which captures the funding of the aims and objective of the funding by PTDF. So mostly it could be the oil and gas, it could be around technology, it could be around environment, and so on. Just you will have to check what it's available within the aims and objective of PTDF. And you look at the background study you've done. How did you state the problem? Is it clearly stated? How significant is the problem? So it could be here. The point D could be to the oil and gas. It could be to environment. It could be to anything. But so far, it's relevant and it's within the scope of what PTDF are going to sponsor you for. And then how clearly you have stated your aims and objective. How good is your literature review? So you're coming in for PhD, so you should have had good experience trying to write papers, 1 or 2 papers here and there. And how good are you trying to analyze different papers to come up with different things? So all this will be judged, and the 3 speakers will speak more on that with the PhD candidates once we get to the breakout room session. And some of the other things, it's looking at the methodology you're going to adopt for within your study timeline. And it's something that can be done or not, and so on. We'll look at what, so yeah, everything has to be stated well within your proposals, and then the expected result, outcomes, and then your references. So all this, they will look at it before they shortlist you for interview. So, and these are some of the things we're going to treat today, and the 3 speakers will look out for with regard to the PhD. And for the master student, I will take this session along Mayowa. I don't know if Mayowa has joined yet. We'll look at the reviews on your SOP, how captivating is your SOP, because for them to shortlist, it's all about your SOP. What you want to do you have a basic experience, both as a researcher during your undergraduate days, or probably you're working and so on. So they'll look at some of these qualities and look at your previous experience, whether it's relevant for the master's you're about to do, and so on. So PTDF will look at that to be able to shortlist you. So we'll look at different things. How do you talk about what you want to do, which school you want to go, which country you want to go? You have to clearly state it on your SOP. Even at the first paragraph, so I'll discuss about more on that. And what are some of the plans and some of the things you intend to gain during the master's program? How do you intend to utilize this knowledge you gain during the master's program? And how will you use it to contribute to the economy of Nigeria? So everything around this funding, both for the master's and the PhD, is how much of it are you going to use in the near future or in the far future to be able to contribute to the economy of Nigeria? And it's important for you to put that at the back of your mind, that this research must be relevant both locally at the level as a country, and then we'll look at the global scale research that you're about to do. And so we'll look at that with the MSc candidates, and we'll look at other things you put within your SOP that could make sense and could give you the opportunity to be shortlisted for the interview. So I think with this, we will just move ahead straight now to the breakout room. If you have questions, you can ask during the sessions, and any unanswered question, we're going to treat it after we're back from the breakout session. So we have 4 breakout sessions I'm going to put here. Mayowa, is Mayowa around? Mayowa? Okay, if she's not around, no problem. So for the PhD candidates, we have 3 breakout rooms. One is going to be handled by Hanley, another by Lukman, another by Olushola. So you select the one you're going to go for. For the master session, don't need to select any room. You can just stay with me on the main room while we just discuss from there. So I'm going to open that now. I don't know if you can see that on your screen. Can you confirm you can see the rooms on your screen?
Okay, yes.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, absolutely. So you can select the room you're going to go. For the PhD, 3 people, Hanley, Lukman, and Shola. While the master students, you can remain with me here, and then we can start our discussion together. So best of luck. See you after 45 minutes.
Okay.
So shall I assume that everybody here is for the masters? So what we're going to do is, I think you can just unmute yourself if you want to talk, and then so that we can have a very nice session with you guys.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Please, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm for master students here too.
Okay.
Nice to meet you on this platform.
Thank you very much. So I think we have about how many masters to Karim, Evans, Idris, Michael, and Mike. Am I correct?
The name is Melcy. Melcy, M-E-L-S-I.
Okay, Melcy, okay. Melcy, okay. So for the PhD students, you can go ahead to join the link for the PhD, the rooms for the PhD. while for the masters, you stay here with me. Okay. So just a minute, I'm just trying to address the issue of the rooms and then we can go ahead.
It's okay, sir, no problem. We're here.
So for those joining now, you can go ahead to join the 3 other. If you're within the PhD, you're applying for the PhD, please go ahead and join the rooms for the PhD. And those for the masters, you stay here with me. Okay, so masters, I think we can kickstart now. I'll go ahead to look at basically I think I have 2 SOPs to look at for the masters, and then we'll look at what this person has written, and then we give all our possible review on it together. If you're applying, so I'll keep announcing because I think a lot of people are still joining, so we have a good session. So if for those applying to join for the PhD, go ahead to join the rooms, and those going in for the masters, you can stay here with me. Thank you. So okay, so we have a statement of purpose here, and we'll be able to break this paragraph by paragraph, and then we'll see what this person has written. And then if you're on your laptop, you can go ahead to also put your own beside, and then to be reading what you have and see some of the suggestions we're making, if it's making sense or not. And then as well, you can be adjusting what you have. Is that fine? Okay.
Yes, sir, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay. So this person said, we start from here. Can you see my screen? I'm about to share my screen. I don't know. Let me know if you can see what I'm sharing. Can you see the document? Can you confirm to me you can see the documents, everyone?
Yes, sir. I can see the document.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, so the person said the quest to build on skills learned and contribute to the development of my country's human capital through research and teaching led me to apply for the graduate program. So can someone tell me the first thing you can notice from this statement?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I can hear you. So go ahead. Tell me what you can notice about it. So it's a live session. If you want to talk, just Raise your hand and I'll give you a go ahead to do that. Is anybody responding? Okay, I just go ahead to comment. One, you could say that when you read the English written here, you say that a lot of things are wrong around the sentence structurally. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The person said the quest to build on skills learned and contribute to the development of my country's personalized human capital through quality research and teaching led me so that you show and show you make simple sentences and short sentences is important. Is that okay? Now the first thing is make short and meaningful sentence. Now, I will highlight what they need from the first paragraph. The first thing is your motivation. In a line. Second, what you're applying for. Thirdly, which university? Okay, so for those joining now, if you're for the PhD, go ahead to join the breakout rooms for the PhD, and for the masters, you stay here with me. Thank you. So which university and country you applying to? So I have 16 unassigned people that might not be fully masters. Go ahead to join the respective room. For the master students, you stay here with me. For the PhDs, please go ahead to join one of the rooms. Thank you. Okay. So I have a question for everybody. Now, so from what I've stated here, these three main points, has it been captured on the first paragraph?
No, sir.
It has not been captured. So whosoever that's reading this wouldn't know what you want to do immediately and which country you're going to. So it has to be captured. The quest to build on skills, learn, and contribute to the development of my country's human capital through quality research and teaching led me to apply for this. You can start with something. I have always been keen I've always been keen around research and development. I've always been keen to build.
Are you going?
Oh my God. So I think some people Please, if you know your background is noisy, just mute it. Thank you. If your background is noisy, go ahead and mute yourself. Thank you. Now, I've always been keen to build my research and development skills. Research, okay, we could put teaching and capture some of the things the person wrote. I've always been keen to build my teaching, research, and development skills. Now, these are unique skills that, when harnessed, by the high number of human capital in Nigeria, could contribute. Now, these are unique skills when properly harnessed by the high number of human capital, high number of untapped human capital in Nigeria could contribute positively to the nation's economy. Good stuff. Now, so compare what I've written with what this person has written. I think we're doing the same thing. Am I correct? Hello? I need responses, please.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same thing, but yours is more detailed.
So mine is we're still communicating the same thing, but I just tried to put it in a different way. Now, I've always been keen to build my teaching, research, and development skills, and these unique skills. So I'm making reference to these three skills. When properly harnessed by the high number of untapped human capital in Nigeria, could contribute positively to the nation's economy. The same thing this person is saying. Now, this is why, or you could use hence, I am highly motivated. I'm highly motivated to pursue, and let me see. Now, because the person has not clearly stated here, I would assume that the person wants to go for computer engineering. It might be true or not. You see? So we can only confirm that the person wants to go for computer engineering because it's not clearly stated here. Probably if the person wrote it somewhere within the number of writings they've done. And you could see that your reviewers will not have time to be looking for this detail. So it has to be stated as fast as possible within the first earlier statements. So now it's apparent that within here, several factors make me to apply to make University of Birmingham, University of Nottingham, and Heriot Ward some choice institution for my master's study. Okay, I will make a comment here before I continue. Please just select one university. Just your first choice. I'll make a comment here before even we get there. probably some of you, do not state 5 universities, 10 universities, just your first choice, just one university. The other ones will just be your other choices. So just one university here, it's fine. So we'll assume based on this arrangement that this candidate, the first choice is University of Birmingham. So I will copy that back to here. So hence I'm highly motivated to pursue an MSc in, apparently, the person here, from what I've seen so far from this now, it's the person is going for a master's around electrical and computer engineering. So I copy this. Now I still make my statement for those joining us for the PhD, join the respective PhD mentorship session, while for the master's you remain here with me. So I assume that to pursue an MSc in electrical and computer engineering at the University of Birmingham, United Kingdom. Good so. Now, this has to be clear as your first paragraph for this application. Anybody that reads this knows exactly what you're applying for and your level of your motivation. But I will advise this candidate, since you're going in for electrical and computer engineering, or I will say, let me make it computer engineering so that it makes it more just one course. So I'm highly motivated to pursue an MSc in computer engineering at the University of Birmingham, United Kingdom. So for me, this might be an opening. This particular statement here, I can literally change this because I don't see it captivating enough with regards to the course around computer engineering. So what you can do as a candidate is to look out for the benefits or the current trend on how other economies around the world have leveraged on computer engineering to boost their economy. And with that, you're seeing that as a potential. If it could be applied to Nigeria, it could make a difference. So you can choose to rewrite this particular two statements here, probably, and say, okay, another person, please do not join the MSc breakout room. Just stay here. MSc candidates, stay here with me. Thank you. Okay, so here I can rewrite this as, since I'm saying computer engineering here, now the rapid change in technology, or the world's economy, it's currently driven by the immense rapid change in new technology, and innovation. Now, most of the first world economy have leveraged on the benefits first world economies, let's make it plural, have leveraged the benefits of technology So the world's economy is currently driven by the immense rapid change in new technology and innovation. Most of the first world economy have leveraged the benefits of technology Nigeria as a nation, if properly technological investments. Let's make it like this. Now, Nigeria as a nation, if properly okay, let's make it and put the potential for Nigeria as a nation can also benefit and increase. Nigeria as a nation can also increase its investment on technological advancement. Nigeria as a third world nation, Nigeria as a third or as a put a developing economy, as you know, for the developing economy. Nigeria as a developing economy can also increase its investment in technological advancement in order to boost its economy. Now, okay, so let's start from the beginning. The world's economy is currently driven by the immense rapid change in new technology and innovation. Most of the first world economies have leveraged the benefits of technological investments and advancement. You could put investment and advancement here. Advancement. Nigeria as a developing economy can also leverage and increase its investment in technological advancement in order to boost its economy, like the developed nations. Now, hence, I am highly eager and motivated to be part of the human capital that will contribute to innovation and technological advancement that will contribute to innovation and technological advancement of Nigeria. Now this is why I want to pursue an MSc. Okay, think what to. Want to pursue an MSc in computer engineering at the University of this. knowledge investments and okay. So for those joining us now, PhD, join the respective PhD breakout rooms. And for the masters, you stay here with me. Thank you. Okay, so I need a response to this and to the first one and the last one we wrote. Does it make sense? We have three statements here. Okay, let's say. So we have three introductory statements. Which one do you prefer? One, two, or the third one? I need responses.
The second one is more captivating compared to the other two.
Now,
Yeah, I would actually prefer the second one too because it explains a lot of things. Yeah.
okay, and then whosoever that is judging you could see that you understand you understand the current trend of with regards to the course you're pursuing. Is that okay? So they will make that level of connection with what you want to do and whether you understand what you actually want to go and do in the UK, France, Germany, or Malaysia. So you have to connect the course you're doing with what's happening. It could be geosciences, it could be robotics, it could be physics, it could be any of your course. So your ability to be able to relate the current trend, what is really happening and how we can actually advance our economy as a nation, and the course you're about to go and study. How can you fuse this together, the two? Just come up with a statement and put it at the first line, and they know that exactly what this person wants to do. So if that is done already, the reviewer will start getting happy with you. Do you get it? So now with this, I wrote motivation here, what you're applying for, which country, which university, and which country. Make short and meaningful statements. We will go add to these comments, make strong connections. Between trends. Nigerian economy and the course of study. Is that okay? So this statement, we're going to share this document, these comments possibly. No, I think the owner will not agree. So we're recording the call, the session, so you can always make reference. You could see the comments we're making, and then you could use it for your own as well. So 12 participants, I hope everybody's PhD, masters. If you're a PhD, join the respective room. Thank you. Okay, so let's move to the second paragraph. Now, the second paragraph, now, I will state that certain factors they will look at here naturally is, even before I read it, I will just write a comment for us. Now, they want to see your experience, your research skills, so kind of like a track record of experience, track record of experience, research skills, track record of experience, your research skills, and what other thing we can add here? Okay, let's put this for the meantime. So your track record of experience, research skills, and how they connect to the course of study. You see? So this here, whatsoever you're stating here, should be connected to this last statement we made here. This is what you want to do. Now, this person said the undergraduate curriculum in computer engineering at University of Maiduguri, Borno State, Nigeria, where I graduated with a 4.950 skill. Now, I will give you an advice. You see this? I advise you this here to, okay, I'm coming. Now I just take this. Instead of a 4.09 over 5.0, why not say I graduated as the top 5% of the class? Does that make sense? Hello?
Yes, sir, that makes perfect sense.
Now, the reason being the fact that there are sometimes you probably have graduated in Nigeria as the best student, but with a 3.5 over 5.0. You see? So if I read here and I see a 3.5, I will begin to look for somebody with a 4.5 and select more than you. Do you see where I'm coming from? But even though with the 3.5, you were the best student of your class. So keep the numbering stuff aside. They will always see your transcript for that. But you have to tell them that that 3.5 you're seeing on the transcript, I'm actually the best student, or I'm part of the 10% best graduating students. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, courses like computer, artificial intelligence, robotics, and other alongside provided me with strong footing in the theoretical and practical concepts of computer engineering. Furthermore, I obtained a professional diploma in education at the Institute of Technology in Belém University with a credit and various courses like, okay, so I guess for me here, I'm already getting bored as the reader. Naturally, I know the courses you will do in computer engineering. Now, you should take note that the people that will be reviewing your SOP are experts in the field. They will not take your SOP and give a geoscientist for somebody coming in from robotics probably, but I think that's what is done normally. So I don't have the technical expertise to be able to judge somebody probably in computer engineering or physics. But if I see SOPs within geosciences, I can judge it immediately based on my technical competence. So probably what I think PTDF does is they send your SOP probably to people that are experts in the field. So naturally, they know the courses you're going to do within that you have done in undergraduate. So they know it already naturally. So writing a lot of them here might be boring. You have done the courses. What did you use the courses to do? Now that's where your experience should come. Just tell me the experience rather than stating the courses. It makes more sense that way. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So then the person stated, okay. So what I observe again from this statement is the person started a sentence from here. Okay, it started a sentence from furthermore to this place without stopping. Make short sentences, please. Always make short sentences. Furthermore, I obtained a professional diploma in education at the Institute of Technology, Ahmadu Bello University, with credit and various courses like this and that, other courses of my research on this. I'm not breathing, I need to breathe. Has opened me up to a wide horizon and deepen my knowledge on how to handle educational related matters. Okay, let's do something practical. I need somebody to read this from here to here and tell me whether, just start reading it from the beginning to the end, tell me whether you can breathe well when reading it. Who can do that for us?
Furthermore, I obtained a professional diploma in education at the Institute of Education, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, with credits and various courses like educational curriculum, educational psychology, alongside other courses, and my research on the assessment of the ability of requisite resources for effective teaching and learning of National Diploma Computer Science program in Adamawa State Polytechnic, Yola, has opened me to a wide horizon and deepened my knowledge on how to handle educational related matters.
Okay, tell me, how do you feel?
Wow, it was not easy, sir.
So
yeah, and
now you being the reviewer, tell us your candid response.
sir, I don't think I will go for the. I think there is need for this the punctuation and then the full stop in some of the places.
Now, that's why I keep saying make short sentences. I need somebody to read this paragraph for me, because from beginning to the end, this is where I only saw a full stop. So read this entire paragraph for me. I need another person. Who will do that? Yeah. Just go ahead if you want to do that for us.
Okay, so you mean to read it?
Yeah, just read from here to the end here. My involvement in academics and
okay. My involvement in academics as an assistant lecturer at Adamawa State Polytechnic, Jimeta, Yola, and Adamawa State Polytechnic, Yola, Nigeria, gave me the opportunity to learn about research, maintain an atmosphere of academic learning, and also a platform to meet people from different backgrounds, which aided a form of networking and built a healthy relationship over time. In the same vein, my work experience as a business analyst at the American University of Nigeria also involves acquiring data, designing business process models, and writing business requirement documents, which have taught me the value of teamwork alongside working with private and national organizations has taught me tremendously that leadership is not doing everything by you, rather assembling the right team, influencing and motivating the team for peak performance.
So your candid response to it.
I feel exhausted, sir.
You're already exhausted because the only time you saw a period is at the last statement. And you read almost 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. So being a reviewer, normally once you see this, you can decide to just toss it away, you know. The person has immense experience, but it's not clearly stated. He has a lot of experience both within the academic world, and then you could see some technical experience, you know, and in different organizations. But then at the same time, the person did not study clearly, and it's just exhausting trying to read this entire stuff. So make short sentences, short meaningful sentences. It's better that way than writing a lot of things. Is that okay? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the review here is, I think our time is well spent. We have a few minutes, but no problem. I think we can be done with this entire stuff before then. So here I said, I want to see your research skill and how you can connect it to the course of study. So research and experience, I think track record of experience and research skill, absolutely, that's what I said. So from this paragraph to this paragraph, the person has immense both research skills and experience within the domain of computer data analysis and so on, but it needs to be communicated well. So the person needs, the owner of this needs to rewrite, you need to rewrite this. Okay, this I think, so the owner of this document will have to what? This has to be rewritten. Is that okay? So this has to be rewritten. I think it is. So you have to rewrite this, please. This has to be written, this paragraph. I believe the owner probably should be here with us. So this has to be written. You have a lot of experience and this thing, but you have to capture it well. Short sentences. So my last point here is short, meaningful sentences. That's fine. Short, meaningful sentences. So the use of commas and periods should be respected. Okay. So now the next thing is we look at this paragraph. Now, the person I think here was trying to tell us why he wants to go, or she wants to go to University of Birmingham. Like I said, please just state one university here. Now, so the person says several factors that make the University of Birmingham, University of Nottingham, Edinburgh University some choice institution for master studies. The various unique research areas of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, so artificial intelligence, IoT, cloud computing, make this university stand out as a university of choice. Such a research environment will help me acquire cutting-edge computer engineering skills, computing, while developing soft skills that equally I will leverage on the availability of well-equipped, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now this has to be captured well as well. Okay, it should be captured well, but I understand should be captured well. So the person wants to tell us why he or she wants to go to University of Birmingham. So you're stating the different characteristics. Okay, I think Innocent has a question. Go ahead, Innocent.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
I think in the application, I saw where it was written clearly that SOP shouldn't be more than 500 words. Looking at this current SOP, if it's for MSc though,
Okay,
I think
wait.
it's more than that.
Wait, there's a word
There's
count.
a limit for the number. Yeah, there's a word count, 500 words.
Whoa, okay. Okay, thank you for that. I think if that's verified, have
Yes,
everybody seen the 500 words as well? Can somebody confirm what Innocent is saying? Hello?
I was just told.
Okay, so the first thing is 500 words. You see? I knew that SOP should not be more than 1 page. That's one thing I know guaranteed. But let's see the word count here. So the person
This
has
is over 1,000.
1,039 words. So you're 100%, 101% above what is required. Can you see? So already, there's a problem already. So when you make short sentences and you communicate well, this can be shortened completely to what is required. Is that fine? Now,
Yes, sir.
Recently there are different advances on machine learning algorithms and artificial intelligence that could help you do this. I think a practical tool I used to use is I show us, because it's a live session, I really want to show us what's sorry, I need to just reduce it. Sorry, just a minute. I'm trying to get my browser. I think it's went somewhere. I stopped sharing a bit to sort that out and get the browser. Okay, sorry guys, just a minute, guys. And let's sort this out. I will show us a typical tool I personally used to use when I'm writing papers. So I'm writing so there are different tools online that you can use for your writing to help you. So even if it's a free version, like what I used to use is Quillbot. I use Quillbot a lot.
Yeah, familiar with that.
So you can use Quillbot. This is a paid version I use. So but you can use the free version, which gives you, I think, access to a couple of words. Sorry, I want to get the one we're working on. So I can take this entire stuff, what this person has written, I will take it to Quillbot and paste it here and say, Quillbot, I need you to make this thing to be shortened. So I can click on shorten. And so Quillbot uses the artificial intelligence machine learning, just pick up the words, NLP, and then make a short version of this entire stuff. So Quillbot is giving us a short version here. Now, when writing your proposal SOP or writing your PhD proposals, as the case may be. So we have 16 people here. Please, if you're for PhD, go ahead and join the rooms respective for the PhD and join them in the sessions over there. Are we good? So this is just for the masters. Thank you. So you can use Quillbot, you can use Grammarly, and recently you have the ChatGPT. You can use that. So all these are tools now that are available to enhance the way you write and the flow of your thoughts. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this person gave us about 1,039. So we already know that the owner of this needs to rewrite this and break it down to less than 50% of what they have. Good. Now, the next thing you need to capture with the person has captured is, what do you intend? What are your goals? It's important. I think that's what this person is capturing on this paragraph. You have to state it clearly. This is what I want to do. So this person said, oh, my research work will focus on AI's ability to deal with a lot of data, blah, 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 blah. So you have to clearly state here what is the relevance with regard to either the oil and gas. It could be as regards to the general IT framework of Nigeria. It could be to Nigeria cybersecurity, how we can leverage the knowledge and the skills I'm about to gain for the master's program. So this has to be stated clearly, and I think that's what the person is doing. But please try and shorten this. So I make a comment for the owner of this because the owner of this will get this. So shorten this as much as possible. Then a master's degree in the UK will provide theoretical understanding. That's fine. Now, but I can tell you in this overall stuff, what is missing. It could be stated better, improved. So, oh, sorry, I think I meant improved. Okay, so in this entire stuff, I didn't see where you're telling us you want to apply to PTDF. Did anybody see it?
Not at all.
You're not applying to the UK, you want to get a funding. You see? You're applying to the, okay, you want to get admission to the UK, but this, you're not submitting this application to UK. So you have to, I ask you a question now. Let's say you're the person funding this person, and then the person did not state anything around you, around what they want to do with you. How will it be? How will you respond to it? Now, as an individual, you feel bad, like, come on. Now, what you expected to do, just, you should praise, oh, tell PTDF, you know that this is a prestigious fellowship. Tell them you know about them in just 1 or 2 sentences.
Hmm? Okay, you want Kuba? Okay, if you
All right. Innocent have 2 minutes. Okay, thank you. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Now you have to praise and tell people that you understand the value of what they're doing. I think other people are already trying to join us, so we'll soon round up the session now. Very good. So please, a paragraph that involves PTDF should be introduced and why you're applying to PTDF and what you've seen so far. Okay, I think we have to stop here because our time is well spent. But I think what we have done for this is exhaustive. And I think I still have 1 SOP, and I will give this person I will send to the owner of this personally all the feedbacks. I will, by the end of today or tomorrow, the owner of this will get a feedback of what they have written on the second SOP. But as a first example, I think this is exhaustive and what we have done with this person's work. So all you need to do is to reproduce that. So let me know if there's any question. I think so. And then we can start discussing if you have a question.
I have a question, sir.
No problem.
Yeah, sir, now considering the 500 word count, and one is having so many information to sell his or herself out, can you please highlight the major points one need to pen down, and in like how many paragraphs should the 500 words have? Let's say the first paragraph should,
Okay,
what should it all be about by paragraphs? Thanks.
Okay, my advice for you, it's the first paragraph, like I stated, should capture your motivation, the school you're applying for, and the country you're going to, and the course you're going for. Now, the second paragraph should contain your track record of experience, and please provide relevant experience to the course of study. Don't write any other thing that's not relevant. Okay. The third paragraph should state why you want to go for that particular university and what it can offer. The last paragraph should speak about PTDF, and you're hoping that you should be selected. Sorry, you should state your career goals, what you intend to do with the fellowship after the funding, when you come back, and why PTDF. Once you can do that, so maximum 4 or 5 paragraph, I think the 500 words should take. On, let's say maximum 100 words per paragraph. You can have overlap on this, but it shouldn't be more than 500 like suggested by them.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So I think we have to close out all of the rooms and then for everybody to join us, and we take the general questions here. And I think the first room is done. Olu, you're done with your session, I think. Then we close out all of the people as well to join us. So any other question while we wait for other people to join us?
Yeah, students, I have a question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you said, thank you very much. I appreciate your time and your words with us. They are really insightful. So you mentioned something about track record of experience.
Yeah.
You know, in the society we find ourselves, how let's say it, we believe in Ozu, even though there is specialization in field, but most of us do. Okay, let's say someone in the materials and material engineering, I will branch into mechanical aspects, do part of corrosion, do math of fabrication. You know, bringing all these things together. At the end, they are still under material science and engineering. So when you are saying we should be specific with our track record of experience, so with these three that I've mentioned, and probably under the PTDF too, I have opportunity to apply to material science. You know, the engineering aspect is not there again. It's material science that they will put, but in Nigeria, it's material science and engineering.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to like think about okay, like with this three things, the fabrication aspect, the corrosion aspect, and the mechanical aspect, which one do you think is best for me to put in as my record of experience? Thank you, sir.
I think the one you think you will do best and you can communicate best well.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
That's my honest advice. Sell out what you know best. It's easier that way. And it's easier to defend what you know best when you're called for interview than what you think you don't know. Or probably you just have a little knowledge about it.
That's true. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. So is everybody here with us? I think all the rooms are closed now, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so before we take other questions, I will say thank you to our facilitators, and then I will show us something briefly from the analysis we saw from your applications. So we had 104 responses, and I want to show you these graphs here and how it could help your application well. Now you could see from the responses, we have 45 master's degree students. Sorry, are you seeing? Okay, sorry.
Excuse me, we can't see your screen, please.
I'm sorry, I
Yes.
thought my screen was shared already. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, clearly.
Okay.
It's still loading on my side.
So
Can you zoom in a little bit, please?
okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have master student number 45. We have 59 PhD. Fine. Now we have quite a wide distribution of courses, and no matter your field, your ability to actually tailor down what you're going to do well with what is the funding is available and with regarding to your states, it's important. Now, where we want to look at for is this graph here. This graph is alarming. I think I was mentioning to the other speakers, they will talk about the experience. Let me say it and then they will start. Now, you could see the number of people applying to UK. How many people can you see? 61. France, 22 people. Germany, 15 people, and Malaysia, 6 people. Which one do you think will be more competitive?
Definitely the UK.
The UK admission.
Of course.
Now,
University of Nigeria, UK.
okay, so UK will be highly competitive. Now, you must understand that there's a distribution of how many people they can give within a state. I don't know for now whether it's 4 or it's 5 people per state. I'm not sure. But let's do this very briefly. Let me take my, sorry, just a minute. Now, this will help your decision once you want to do your final submission. Let's say I'm from Adamawa State. And then 30 people apply to UK. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
For a slot of 3 people. Now, 10 people apply to France for a slot of 2 people. Okay, please, Harley, Lukman, can you guys, is it 4 or 5 people per state? I'm not sure, I can't remember precisely. I can't hear you, Lukman.
During our time, it was 4.
It was 6. Last one.
It
The
varies.
last one was 6.
Okay, the
It
last one
varies.
was 6. Okay.
Okay.
It is per state.
Okay.
So,
6.
I think from 4.
Okay, 6. Okay, so 6 masters.
sir.
It's not up to 6. You have 4 per state.
Should be 4, I think.
Okay, let's
The last I
let's
saw.
Some regions. Some regions are giving more candidates. So it goes to some states more in a region.
Okay, average is 4.
Okay, let's go with 4 candidates. 4 candidates. 4 candidates total. So here they will give 2 people. Here they will give 1 person. Let's make it 5. I have a reason because I know they give more people to UK than other countries. Here, Germany, they give 1 person. And then you have
Malaysia.
Malaysia. So here they will give to 1 person, 5 in total. Now, 30 people are competing for 2 space. 10 people are competing for 1. 10 people are competing for 1. And here 1 person, 4 people are competing for 1. Naturally, which one do you think will be reasonable for you to go for?
The last one.
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Because you want to eliminate possible
Competitors.
competition for yourself as much as possible. And I think recently, because you have more people applying to UK, so the competition for UK is quite high. So you might, the 2 people here might have 99 points after total grading, and the second person might have 97, but the person here might have, let's say, 87, and you that is not taken for UK, you have 96. Because you didn't apply for it. So there's no way your 96 will be converted to France. Okay, I have somebody asking a question, but there's no name. He said iPhone. So iPhone. Somebody raised his hand, iPhone. Yeah, we're listening to your question.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Absolutely, we can hear you.
Yeah, what's happening is that most universities, for example, I myself, I'm applying for biochemistry. Most universities, not some, most universities, they selected for France, Germany, and Malaysia. They don't offer biochemistry. Find out that it's only, I think, about 4 or 5 universities in UK that offer that biochemistry. So that's why we are going for biochemistry. That's PhD.
Is there something closely related to what you want to do in France or Germany?
What I want to do is enzyme enhance oil recovery.
I understand.
So,
is there any university you've seen on the list that does something closely to what you want to do?
No, except that UK university.
Because what I want to say is, you will get the funding before you get admission. Now,
Okay.
you will get the funding, and then the next hassle will be to get admission.
Okay, sir.
So the university is submitted to PTDF will not be the university you end up getting admission when you have the funding. Take note.
Okay, sir.
So the fact that you selected Harriet Ward does not mean you end up in Harriet Ward.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that's what I want to state. So, but what I've said it here, it's the level of competition here will be higher for you. If you think it's more reasonable to go to France and you have the same thing in France, don't think about language barrier or anything. I think that's one of some of the things people used to run away from, maybe, or they are not more exposed to this environment.
Sorry to cut you short, please.
Okay, sure.
Does that also applies to your proposal? Like, can you change your proposal when you also get the funding, as per changing also the university when you get it? Do you understand?
No, you're not changing your proposal. Now, the proposal you're submitting to PTDF, that's what you end up defending for the interview when shortlisted.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so you will defend the proposal now, but when you get the funding,
yes, you can change.
Now, that proposal can change based on the supervisor you're going to get, because your research interest might be different from the supervisor's research interest. So you might find a balance to bring in, that center point where you bring in your research interest based on the objectives of PTDF.
Okay.
The research interest of the potential supervisor, you have to find a balance to fuse it together.
Oh, okay.
That will end up what you will do at the end of the day.
Okay.
So not necessarily that what you submitted at the end, that's what you do. No, it depends on who you're going to work with tomorrow. But definitely PTDF, you should do a research that has the objectives of PTDF captured in it, because they are the funders.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions so that the other speakers can answer?
I think there was one question in the chat, but yeah, but we've already answered the person. Yeah, talking about the number of MSc awards. Is it same with PhD or so? Yeah, so we just said there are more awards for the MSc than PhD. So I think someone said 3 to 5 for PhD and then 5 to 6 for MSc.
Okay, that's fine. So I think if there's no any, okay, I think somebody's raising it. Dauda, can you ask your question, please? Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
And
thank you for this wonderful session. My question is this: what could someone do if already submitted his application?
So is there, I don't know how it works. Is there a way to edit the submission before the final date? Does that happen?
I think it keeps changing. It keeps changing. I think in the past, you can edit the application until the final day or something like that. But I have no idea. The person just has to, so now that you just need to go and visit the page again. Just go to the site again and just check if you can edit your application. Then that's fine. Maybe there's a place you can replace a document or something like that.
All right, thank you.
I went through mine, but you cannot edit again. That is a problem I'm having.
Oh, okay.
And I've gained a lot of things here that I would have loved to gain before now.
Oh, then we should have done it earlier then. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Fingers crossed.
Sorry. So Zaradin has a question. Zaradin, go ahead.
I want to respond to Dauda's question.
Okay.
For some that applied last year, I think about few weeks to the interview, you contact the portal to review your uploads, so you can actually change whatever you have uploaded earlier.
Whoa.
Or update them. Yeah.
Okay, that's
so that's if you get invited for the interview.
Yes, that's if you get shortlisted. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So Ahmed Babus, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you so much, sir, for the update. I wanted to ask for those persons who probably might have gotten admission already, does that help in any way to boost their, application? I don't know.
Hanley, I think you were at certain condition like that before your PhD or something. So Hanley,
If you mean if you already got an admission in a different school and the school is not listed in the PTDF application portal or something, is that what your question?
Okay, actually listed. So, but you just had the admission probably for January 2024, and you just want to put that into your PTDF application. Does that in any way strengthens or helps?
No, it doesn't strengthen anything. Normally, it's only when you have been finally shortlisted and you've been awarded the scholarship, then that's when you can present your admission letter. It doesn't change anything. What you're going to be marked for is just simply your proposal and then your certificates, your qualifications, and other things, your awards. These are at this stage, that is the only thing. So admission would not add anything to you.
But I think, Hanley, I think maybe towards your interview, if you're shortlisted, you can highlight to them on that day that, oh, I have a supervisor willing to work with me on this topic already.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. So during the interview, do not hold back anything. If as much as possible, just say it. You've already discussed with your supervisor, you have started working on something, blah, blah, blah. All that would give them some level of confidence in your ability to communicate with your prospective supervisor. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Abdul Fatai Odoga. Go ahead.
Thank you for your report. You are trying to point out that language barrier shouldn't be something that people feel discouraged when choosing like France. So I want you to give us some word of courage. How would someone manage himself in such kind of environment?
No. So you should understand that these are international environments. The universities are international environments. So I myself, Lukman, and Shola, we are all in France. And I think when I came to France, the only thing I knew was bonjour.
Yeah.
But you work within an international laboratories where almost everybody speaks English. In fact, the only way you have interface with French is when you come back to the society. So everything is going to be done in English, but you can just learn the French to be able to navigate within the community and buy things, go to offices, sort out your problems, and then probably attend meetings and so on, so that you could leverage fully on the opportunities within that country.
Yeah, and I would like to also add, I think one of the issues that people are scared of the language as well is, we have this hustling mentality. We want to hustle. So we keep telling people, once you come to the UK, you're able to work, you're able to do part-time work and stuff like that. So maybe he would also want to know, or there are people here who want to also know, if you don't speak French, for example, are there other side hustlings you can do? Although PTDF pays you enough money to take care, but I know that since now they don't cover for your family and you would like to bring your family and stuff like that, so you may want to do some side hustle. So are there works you can do, tiny things, even without your knowledge of French?
Absolutely. There are a lot of sites dedicated for students to look for jobs, like here in France. So once you come, you have a lot of side hustles you can do for yourself to help your family. But I think even without doing that, because I also had my family here and my child was born here. So and I recently, for France, I think the funding has been increased a bit from 1,200 euros to 1,400 now. So which is to match up to the French entire PhD payments and so on. So with that, based on your city, you can be able to survive. And in the French system, you have the government helping you as a student to pay for part of your accommodation. And if you have kids that are born here, you also have monthly stipends from the government. So these are little things you get from the government to assist your stay here. So don't worry. The most important thing is to give your best and come into the system. You will do well. I think, are there questions on the chat? If we can answer, I think we're way above.
Yes, there are
Okay,
questions.
Lukman,
If
I
you
think
guys
you
can
can
hear me.
answer. Yeah, take it for them.
Interestingly, I think I've also found some answers, and I think they're clear enough. The first one here, if I follow up with what was kept, NIN verification issue. I think I'm familiar with the problem, and because I've heard it from someone before, the suggestion, and I don't know any better solution than to email the PTDF guys if it's coming from the portal, I mean the portal tools. Otherwise, to reach to the NIMSI people. These are the two urgent solutions given the available time. I think these are also suggested here. And I think the other one is made clear. If you can apply without NYSC, and the answer is, I don't think they accept.
Okay. Yeah. And I think Shola has answered the question on NYC already. And
yes, sure. I think just like I mentioned to the other person, even if you don't have NYC, you can prepare ahead, because when you well prepare for the tax ahead, you are likely to succeed. A lot of people apply for PTDF without having prior knowledge of what is ahead. So most of the time it's like you are just gambling. So, but that you have participated in this webinar is an advantage. You have added value to yourself. You are well informed. So by the time you want to apply, I believe you will have even packaged a good SOP, which you will have given out to friends to help you to review, and your chances are higher by then.
Right then. Okay, then somebody asked a question. May I know if I can change the institution, the country after securing the scholarship? But I think that's, you have to negotiate that with PTDF at the end.
Okay, let me just say one thing about it. Yeah, you have to be very, very careful, especially if you are switching from the EU countries to the UK. When I got the master's scholarship during our time, you were just allocated the country even without you selecting one. So I was sent to Germany, and because I had a very clear career path, I really wanted to do certain things. Then I started looking for schools in Germany. I couldn't really find any admission. It was PTDF that sent me there, and I didn't want it. So I applied to different schools, to Bremen, to whatever, Aachen, and all these places I couldn't get. Then I wanted to switch, and then I went to PTDF and I applied. And whatever happened, something just, maybe my village people were after me or something like that. I have no idea. And somehow it was approved, and then I came to the UK, and then boom, I was here in this country for 8 months without payment. I don't want to tell you what I passed through, because they said my paperwork entered wherever, and my money should have been in Germany. So I was in this country for 8 months in the UK without any single dime from PTDF. So eventually I got paid. So you have to be extremely careful if you are switching. If you are switching from the UK to the other places, it may be a little bit nice, because they are saving their money. But if you are switching from there to more costly country, then it will be a little bit tricky. So you have to make sure you get the absolute certification from the executive secretary before you even think about that.
Thank you, Andy. That's a good response. So someone said, can a current the final stage of master's program internship apply for PhD? Absolutely, you can. You can. Then may I know, okay, we have answered that. Okay, one of the criteria for MSc is a certificate from a professional body. Without this document, yet one has over 40 applications. Will it be overlooked? Professional body, you'll probably, I remember on the graduate days, you have this association within undergraduates. You can list them. You have that's part of your professional bodies.
Yeah, student member, NMGS, NAPE, AAPG, COMEC, anything.
COMEC, NSC, engineering, whatsoever. You have the student association, just listed, that's all. You have 40 publications, put it. Your publication, in fact, most especially for the PhD, will be judged very well. In fact, they will do that. Okay, I think when it comes to the interview, I think we'll take this one after the other, and you already grade yourself even before you get to the interview, so you know where you have to do more better. So I think we'll take the last 3 questions. We're way beyond our time, and then we'll close out the session. Abdul Fatai, I think we took 3. Abdul Fatai, go ahead, please.
Maybe it's Bola.
Okay, Raf.
It was a last.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Raf.
Can I? Yeah. I have like just 2 questions really quickly. If you're already an MSc scholar, can you also do you have upper chances of getting a PhD award? That is number 1. Number 2, I know I want to do a PhD, but I don't have an interest yet. How do you get a PhD proposal, or how do you find interest to? Do you have the time to answer that question, please?
Okay, I think, did you join the sessions for the PhD reviews?
Yes, but we didn't have time to clear that question.
So what field are you in? What field?
I'm in AI, machine learning.
Then come up with something in continuation with that if you think that's where you want to continue your PhD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can come up with application of AI ML with regards to the tech in Nigeria, or maybe the oil and gas, or the environment, or something, IoT, the environment, and something like that.
Okay, because
get at least 10 papers, review them, and write a proposal.
At least 10 papers.
Yeah, it will be exhaustive. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, then I think you asked MSc. You have, you might be a PTDF scholar, but this is a level playground for everybody.
Yeah.
So, if you have gotten MSc PTDF, then prove that you're worth being invested in the
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Bolahan, I think we'll take that, and Olaito will be the last person because of way past our time. Yes, Bolahan.
Thank you, sir. Please, I have 2 questions to ask. Okay. First is, what's the probability of getting the scholarship for MSc without any prior publication, any academic publication, sir? So also, the second question is, does the PTDF application suffix for both the school application and the scholarship application, or one has to apply to the school period to apply to PTDF, sir? Thank you.
Okay, it's any of the speakers responding to you.
Okay, the second question, PTDF will not apply to any school for you. So the idea is, as soon as you pass through the stage to the interview stage, start applying to schools yourself. So they are not going to apply to any school or contact anyone for you. They've just listed the available schools for you, or the suggested schools. The understanding now I have, been here in the UK and my school being, there are a lot of MOUs that have been signed by certain schools. In the past, you can apply to any school in the UK, for example, but now they've selected 16 schools or something like that. And then there are a few schools also in Germany and Malaysia and France, that you have to stick to those schools. So just follow that guideline and apply to those schools and yourself, and get the admission yourself. If you don't secure an admission, there's a possibility of you deferring your scholarship because you've already got it. I don't know whether it's still yeah, but that's the yeah. So I don't know whether it is obtainable, but that's how it is. So if you can't get admission, maybe it has sort of passed they've closed in the schools you want and stuff like that. You can write to PTDF and defer your admission, your scholarship to the next year, and then you can apply to your schools next year. But you have to do it yourself. And then your first question was what? I don't even remember. Sorry.
About with that publication, I think.
Oh yeah, you don't need publication. You don't need it. It's an advantage for if you have already published as an and you're applying for a master's scholarship. It's an added advantage. They may look at you as like, oh yeah, I think it's up to the task. But
for the PhD,
for the PhD, you must have at least 2. And I think the marking criteria in the past, if you have international publications, you score higher. If you have local publications, or
I think you have to have both in internationals and local. They consider that. So international.
Oh, that's now okay. So you see, it's sort of okay.
So international
so
carries
you
a higher mark, and then you have local also carry. So you have to have PhD. You must have. So in case PhD, you have one you're writing currently with other people. State it out and hope that before your interview is submitted, and then tell them I've submitted to an Elsevier journal or something. Perfect.
Sorry, I think Tosin, can you clarify your question? At which phase of the PhD scholarship scheme are previous awards applicable? You mean the process of the application or something? I don't understand.
I mean, whether that they are during the application or during the interview, for example.
Okay, during application. That's the simplest answer. During application, state all the previous awards, yeah. And then you prove them. You bring a proof during the interview.
Okay, Olaiton, I think.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Olaiton, yeah. Olaiton, take a question.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. So my question is, for this, was it called this Malaysia? Okay, so for like a current that is in UK and wants to switch to Malaysia, I know you have talked about the other way around and all of that. So because of the competition, does it have anything to do? Will it be a problem or anything, even if you choose because you want to do a PhD now to switch to another country? Then my second question is, in terms of the publications, how does one really go about having publications? Like you mentioned a lot about having publications. How does one really go about having more publications? I'm currently doing my master's and I've not finished. So I'm just thinking, but I should be finishing by end of the, like before March, before September, by September. So I'm just thinking, having publications with all the coursework one is doing now, is this something that you think? I don't know, just my questions.
Okay, I think let me respond. Like Hanley said, one, switching from, let's say you applied for UK and you want to go for Malaysia, perfect, because Malaysia is cheaper for PTDF. They're not going to pay, I think, 20,000 euros school fees like in the UK. Probably that will get like a fast acceptance than moving from Malaysia to UK, you know. So that's kind of like faster for you. Then I think if you don't have publication now, when we say publication, you don't necessarily need to be the first author. So probably you look at within your network, if you have people that are already writing something, even if it's just to be part of them and review the document, you're also contributing and you're going to be part of the authors.
And because the publication I have was doing my undergraduate piece, and it's not really tied to what I'm doing now, because
Anyone.
Submit it, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Submit it, please. Please, even if the publication is within a university journal,
submit it.
Yeah. Submit it. Please. Say, my advice is everything you have in your arsenal, use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, the last question I did not ask was GP. I don't know, does for masters going for PhD, because we don't have any result yet. So is there a place they will ask for your result, and how much does that matter? I don't know.
Yeah, so the GP matters, I think, when you come for the interview. first class carries 5 marks, if I remember.
Yeah.
2-1 carries 4 marks. 2-2 carries, I think, 3 marks and so on. Yeah.
No, like what of the masters? Because currently we are doing the masters and we don't know what the
Yeah, it
results are.
matters. It matters. Your masters is also graded.
Yeah.
No, I think what she's trying to drive at, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Is that she hasn't even gotten her results. Is that correct?
She should have a
Yes,
first semester
yes.
result there.
She has not gotten her results. So I believe what you want to do is to finish first, have the results, so you can apply with something.
Yeah.
No, so but let me understand her case. Are you currently doing coursework or you're going for internship?
Yes, I'm doing coursework,
Coursework.
but the dissertation, we have not even finished the coursework. I'm going to dissertation in sometimes in May.
Are you planning on applying in this one that is closing on 24th?
Yes, I'm planning to apply for the one that's closing 24th.
It's gonna be tricky.
Okay.
Maybe for the sake of experience.
Absolutely, exactly. I think
It's okay to try.
I think you said it 100% because I know during my time there are a number of people that did it. To be able to face the panel and just speak to them. So but it's going to be really tricky for you to get to the interview stage. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible for you to get there, and when you get there, you have to prove all these things, paper. They want to see everything. So if you say you have this certificate, this award, this and that, you don't tell them that it was somewhere else. You have to show it. And if you said you're expecting a CGPA of this, and they say, okay, there's a possibility you finish your coursework, yeah, that's all right. So I'm going to provide it. Then that day you must come with your CGPA, or else they're just going to mark you 0 there.
So probably you're going to first semester carry the result of the first semester and come with it.
Yeah, but just come with something anyway.
Let me chip in this, at least in addition to what I've been said. To actually improve your chances, I will suggest that instead of going for the PhD application, why don't you go for a second master's? Just give it a try. You already have your first degree. You can apply for the master's, which is the one you are very sure you have all the qualifications. So if you eventually spend 1 year or 2 years to acquire a second master's, the chances of proceeding for a PhD, even without PTDF, is very
But I'm currently being sponsored by PTDF on the master's.
Okay.
Yes, it's good. It's good that you're on that PTDF scholarship. I believe that is a local scholarship. But what all we're trying to say is that there are marking criteria, and if you don't meet these, you may be qualified, but you're going to be marked down, and then it decreases your chances. That is all we are saying. They are the bosses. They are the ones to determine who goes and who does what. But what we are saying is that if you don't have your CGPA or your transcript there with you, they might just decide to mark you 0 for transcript, for example. And if you say you have first class and then okay, somebody, I was trying to respond to somebody. Yes, statement of result is accepted, but if you have your certificate, they will give you marks for having a certificate. But if you have a statement of results instead of a certificate, they might give you a lower score than someone who already has a certificate. That is how it works. Unfortunately, we can't change it. But we are saying that all you need to do is that if you have all the requirements, all your arsenal, go with them. Awards, transcript, everything, certificates, go with all of them. It's easier that way.
I just want to say something. I know the, just in the same spirit of trying to go with everything you have, at this, I think it's mostly more practicable at this stage of interview. However, you can include all of this in I think it's mandatory to submit a CV. So for both masters and PhD, so you can have a session called award where all your recognitions and awards, grants, whatever it is, for both masters and PhD, you can highlight all of this, which you'll be proving it when you move to the interview stage.
Okay, so I think we'll have to stop here. We've taken like 30 minutes extra, so we're sorry for taking 30 minutes of your time. We're sorry. I hope we are forgiven. So
Yeah, thank you.
okay.
It was a great one. Yeah, thank you.
I think we're going to stop here. The WhatsApp group, it's there. If you have any further question, please go ahead and drop it there. If we have time, these guys are quite busy. They will respond to it. And if they volunteer to review your proposal or something personally as the days goes, they will tell you whether they are ready to do that. But I think with what we have done is exhaustive. And if you can just work with what we have, you will be successful. So our prayers is all of you will, during the next webinar in preparation for the interview, we'll still see you guys.
Sorry, Josh, someone is asking how you can join the WhatsApp group. So if you can.
It's on the, it was on the link. Once you clicked on the link to join this meeting, you should have seen it there.
Okay. All right. All the best, guys.
Okay, all the best. Wish you guys the best. But I will still send you an email, probably with the WhatsApp group and everything, with all details. And if you have follow-up questions, don't forget, don't always drop it by the email or through the WhatsApp group. It will be answered. Thank you. Best of luck, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
We appreciate. We appreciate. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll be coming to France to meet you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I know most of them will come to UK. And they want to come speak English here. Yeah.
I just wait for them to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you for your time. Most
welcome.
Okay, guys.
Well, before I say goodbye, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, the issue is my preferred university in Germany, the application deadline has closed. So, and based on what you said, I need to like probably get an admission, then probably PTDF will cover the scholarship aspect. So I'm just seeking probably your advice. Do you think it's best for me to like look into other approved schools, probably in France? Because I'm trying to avoid UK bombardment and the competition there because it's so obvious. So will you advise or like, I will just trying to seek your advice. Do you think it's best for me to look for other schools in France or probably other schools in Germany that their application has not closed? Because my preferred and my school of choice, their application deadline has closed already.
I think someone or it's been mentioned before that you need to have the scholarship before going full out with admission, if this is correct.
Okay, scholarship has to come before the admission.
You should have your scholarship first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which is that is sort of the safest option. But like what I did, as soon as I was invited for the interview, I started applying. But in your case, if the application has already closed, if you really want to go to that school, you don't want to change to anywhere, okay? What you need to do is get the scholarship, go for the interview, get the scholarship, and then defer your scholarship. So your scholarship can be deferred, for up to 1 year. Then when the scholarship, the application for that school opens again, then you can apply and go. But
thank you.
But if you feel there are other